All right, President and CEO of the Global African Business Association, I'm wishing you a great Monday. I'm here just to talk to you a few moments about supply chain, the importance of supply chain, and why this is important. Now, when you're looking at local urban communities that are cash-strapped with their tax bases, we have to start looking at things in a 21st century perspective with the framework of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So we need to be considering a few things here. Using technology, not just as a way of connecting the Internet of Things, but also a way of manufacturing. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have to be in the business of revitalizing our school districts. I know people have a big problem with virtual education, but virtual education is not going anywhere, folks. So we need to stop trying to force the issue of forcing kids back in the classroom. It's just not going to happen. Virtual education is here. And whether we do force kids back in the classroom, many school districts are going to be using the hybrid model of education to impact their students. So what we need to be doing from a government perspective is to support that. That's number one. Number two, we also need to be paying attention to the direction of where our children are going. And what I mean by that is we need to get them early on engaged with skilled tech trades that will connect them to a tech manufacturing base or a tech entrepreneurial base that will create revenue right here in our local urban communities so that they can have a stake in the community in which they're trying to invest in. The third thing we need to do is teach our children the importance of globalization as it pertains to the Fourth Industrial Revolution within the African and Caribbean diaspora. I strongly believe that black people, both domestically and globally, need to create a two-way pipeline of investment so that we can sustain ourselves and create our own foreign policy measures. So white folks doesn't have to tell us and paint a narrative about what Africa looks like and what's going on the continent and vice versa. We be able to take control and paint our own narrative, not only paint our own narrative, but explain our own narrative in a factual sense as to why Africa is not the future, but Africa is today. We really need to be real serious about how to invest in our local communities, both domestically and globally. We need to stop looking for the federal government to save our cities when we should be building our cities from the ground up. We need to be heavily invested in tech and blockchain as a means of 21st century reinforcement. And most importantly, last but not least, we need to change the way we think. And what I mean by that is we need to stop accepting poverty as a norm and start accepting prosperity as a tool of impact, as a tool of action, so that we can create the results that's needed for the next 6 generations as part of our legacy.